who gets separate property if there's a will? Everybody, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well, blah, blah, blah. CMSLawFirm.com if you need help. Okay. We had a potential client call us and give us the following scenario. We have a married couple who acquired a lot of property while they were married, but they acquired it specifically as separate property. So think they buy a piece of real estate. On the deed, it literally says, husband and wife. If let's say that John and Susie each own half as their separate property. Okay, so we're identifying separate property. Now, if you did not have a will and you died, there is a formula for distributing your property, your separate property that is not the same as your community property. In Washington, at least, all of your community property goes to the surviving spouse. Your separate property gets split between your surviving spouse and your children. Okay, so this could be a big deal if done the wrong way. Now, this person was a little freaked out, maybe a little nervous, a little anxious about doing some things because of this separate property status. However, in this particular case, there was a will that existed, and in the will, the deceased spouse gave everything to the surviving spouse. What does that mean? Problem solved. The will controls over everything. Okay, so if the will says everything I have, this is community property, this is separate property, this is all of it, goes to the surviving spouse, it all goes to the surviving spouse. If the will says all of my property, separate property, and community property goes to charity, then all of that person's separate property, in this case that real estate, would go to charity, and half of all of the community property would also go to charity. This is only in Washington state, by the way. So if you're in another state, make sure you talk to somebody before you go do something crazy. But that's how it goes, okay? Hope this helped. If it did, that's great. Like, comment, follow, do all the things. If you are in Washington state and you need estate planning help, cmslawfirm.com. Otherwise, that is it for today. See ya.